hope you're all well today and ready for today's class. So if you haven't shook your sillies out, then I would do that now. Run around like a crazy person. Kira's just done that.
Yeah.
So she doesn't need to do that. But if you do, push pause and then run around like crazy, get all nice and warm.
For as long as you like.
For as long as you like.
And then push play.
Okay. And then you need a block or a book or something like that to sit on. And you're going to sit and put it underneath your bum so that your hips are a little bit level. And then you're going to put one foot in front of the other. So you're still sitting cross-legged, it's just your ankles are not crossing. Okay, yes, like that. Alright, so make sure that your spine is nice and straight. Okay, and your shoulders are down. And then you're going to place your hands onto your knees. And then just gently close your eyes. And we're going to start by breathing out first. Breathe in and out, all through your nose. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And then breathing in. When you breathe out, you're going to pretend you're an owl. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Okay, we're going to do that again. Breathe in. And hoo, hoo, hoo. And we're going to do that again. Breathe in. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Okay, and you're going to continue breathing with your eyes closed and your hands next to you. So hopefully you're not fiddling as much as Kira is. And so your eyes are going to be closed. And I'm going to tell you what we're going to do today. We are going to practice nocturnal animals. Now, nocturnal means animals that are asleep in the day and awake in the night. Okay, so I'm going to just read you something. There was a wise old owl who lived in a tree. He sat on a branch so all the world he'd see. He looked at a snake, he looked at a bee, he looked at a mouse, but winked at me. And now you can slowly open your eyes. Okay, so while you're still sitting on the block, you can roll your shoulders backwards. So we really want to warm our bodies up first, especially because it's getting a bit cold. And then forwards. And then we're going to do our wrists in one direction. And then the other direction. And then we're going to slowly roll our heads round twice in both directions. So go very slowly. You don't want to do any damage to your neck. And then in the other direction. So one way feels a bit funny compared to the other.
It clicks when you go around.
It clicks. It's fine to have clicking as long as you don't feel any pain. Okay, so you must do it slowly and then you really start to feel your neck. Okay, you're going to come off the block and you're going to put the block behind you. We're going to need it just now. Okay, and then we're going to straighten out our legs and you're going to lean back on your hands and you're just going to do one ankle at a time. And then in the other direction, also feels weird. And then the other leg. And then in the other direction. You can't?
I can't go all the way around in the
You can, it just feels funny. Okay, then you can cross your legs again. And we are going to pat some magic into our mat and onto ourselves and round. Okay, and down your arms, onto your head, and then sprinkle the magic everywhere. Cool, okay, so we're going to stand up. So we are going to start with a bat. So bats hang upside down on trees. So we're going to do two bats today. The first one, you're going to stand with your feet just a little bit apart, toes are facing forwards, and you're going to have your hands next to you. Spine is nice and straight. So when you look at your feet, make sure that your heels are not in. Okay, so Kira's got to make her feet forward. Yes.
And hand with the shoulders.
Yes, okay. And then you're going to suck in your tummy muscles. Okay, and your hands are next to you, not too much. Okay, and then breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Now these are the back wings. And when you're breathing out, you're going to fold forwards at your waist. And then if you can touch the mat or your toes, you're going to do that.
I'm just going to hang.
Otherwise, you can just hang like a bat, hanging upside down. Okay, so you want to just let your neck hang heavy. So you can nod yes and no. So you're not looking up. Okay, so let your head hang. Yes, okay. So this is so good for all of those tight muscles in your shoulders. Okay, and then we're going to breathe in, lifting our wings up to the center. And then down again. Coming down and hanging. Okay, breathing in, arms up, breathing out, down again. We're going to do this 2 more times. So 1 more after this, okay, and then breathing in and out. Okay, so you're going to feel this at the back of your legs, in the back of your hamstrings. They're making your hamstrings nice and long, so it shouldn't be ow. Okay, if it's very tight in the back, just bend your knees a little bit. That might help. Okay, cool.
There we go.
And then you're going to place the hands down. You're going to have to bend the knees, place the hands down, walk the feet out a little bit. Okay, and then you're going to have the heels in and the toes out, and you're going to come and bend the knees. Okay, so you want to have the heels flat on the floor. So if they are not flat, then maybe you need to make your feet a little bit wider. Okay, and we are coming into a toad now. So you can keep your hands on the floor here, like this. Okay, what we're going to do is, now Kira and I are going to face each other. So we are toads, and we are going to jump backwards and forwards like a toad. So our hands are flat. You're going to take all the weight onto your hands, and then you're going to suck in your tummy muscles as you jump back. Okay, so Kira and I might be a little bit close. We're going to bump heads. Okay, there you go. And ready, and jump back. And jump back into toad. Okay, so I want to hear the sounds. So try land on flat feet, not on your toes. Okay, and go.
Ribbit.
Okay, so you're going to do that a couple more times. Kira, you can do that 3 more times. And I'm going to sit here in frog. Okay, go. Ready, and jump back and forwards. Remember to keep your hands flat on the mat. Okay, there we go. And jump back and forwards. This is very good for all of your tummy muscles and your whole body.
Ribbit.
Yes, lovely. Okay, so each time you're jumping forwards and backwards, you're going to get a little bit stronger and lighter when you land on the feet. Okay, and then we can come onto our hands and our knees. So now we're going to pretend that we are leopards. Okay, leopards also only come out in the night time to hunt. Okay, so you want to have the hands underneath the shoulders. And you want to have your knees underneath your wrists. And when you look through your knees, you don't want to see your feet. They're neatly tucked away. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. Okay, Kira?
Yeah.
This is what it's going to look like. Okay, so we are breathing in, arching our backs, not arching our backs, sinking our tummies down. And then breathing out. You are pulling your spine towards the ceiling. And breathing in. And breathing out. And breathing in. And breathing out. So just imagine watching a leopard stretching. Breathing in. This is very good for our spines. Breathing out. Breathing in. We'll do this 2 more times. Breathing out, spine up to the ceiling. And 1 more time, breathing in. Breathing out. to a neutral spine. And now we're going to come into a hyena. So you're going to walk your hands one space ahead. Your paws, you're walking one space ahead. And then you're going to come onto the toes, digging in the toes and coming into a down dog hyena. Okay, so I'm going to show you what it needs to look like on Kira. Okay, so as you can see, she's got a little bit of a hump here in the spine. So what you do is you're moving the hips back like that. Beautiful. Okay, and if you feel like it's tight here, you can bend the knees a little bit and then it won't feel so tight. And what you can do is you can pedal the feet. So you lift one heel up at a time and then the other one, yes, like that. And that will get the lovely movement into your legs, okay? And don't forget that you need to let all of this tension go, okay? And do hyenas howl or do they laugh?
They laugh.
Okay, so who wants to do their most crazy laugh? Go. No? Okay, well that was a good enough one. Okay, and then we're going to need our blocks. And we're going to come into sitting on our blocks with our feet down. Okay, so it's a similar position. So your legs are out, like that, and your knees are up. So it's a similar position that we did for toad. But now you might really be able to get your feet flat. Okay, so this is now also going to be our owls. So we're bringing our hands out next to us. So try and bring the knees out. Yes, and the arms are behind you. Or your wings are behind you, should I say. Okay. So with Kira, she's got the block too far forward. You need to bring the feet forwards and the block back. Yes, better. Okay, so bringing the hands out behind the knees. Okay, we're going to flap our wings. Okay, flap, 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 flap. So you need to have a nice straight back. Okay, so Kira's folding forward a bit. So she's going to have her back nice and straight. There you go, but keep the legs wide. Okay, now if you would like to try that without your block, you're going to come. Okay, but now you're going to have the feet much wider. Okay, and you don't want to be leaning forwards. You want to be behind you. There you go. Yes, there we go. And you can feel this in your hips now, huh?
Yeah.
So if you shoot forward, just go back into it. Cool. Okay, and then if you can, you're going to join the fingers together and you're going to bring them away. Okay, if you need to do that while sitting on a block, then do that if that's better for you. Okay, now we're going to come into our second bat. So we do this against the wall. Make sure that your feet are clean so mom and dad don't
Shout at you.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to do the first one and Kira's going to go underneath me. So if you have other people in your family that want to do it with you, you can make a train that goes along the wall and you can crawl through and then it's the next person's turn. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do it first. So you go into a hyena with your heels against the wall. Okay, so make sure that your hands are going to be in the wall, onto the floor, and you've got really strong arms, strong arms, so you don't want to be buckling like that. Okay, you want to have straight arms, and then you come into a hyena against the wall. And then when you think that your arms are strong enough, then you're going to take one foot into the wall and then the other. And you're walking yourself up until you can straighten your legs. Okay, so now I'm a hanging bat. And Kira's going to come underneath me now. So come down slowly and she's going to crawl underneath me. And then she's going to return to where she was. Okay, so then you come down slowly. And then you can come down onto your knees and just come into a little ball for a moment. That's a lot of work on your arms and your shoulders. And then you can just roll over where you are. And we are now coming into a little hamster. Okay? And you're hugging the knees into the chest. And then what I want you to do is rock and roll on your spine and pretend you're a hamster rolling around in your cage. So, you're going to go in all different directions. So you're not only going to go up and down, you're going to go all the way around and do all crazy things. So if you want to, what you can try and do is go in a full circle round until you are back in the middle. Okay, so you rock, 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 round and round and round. Okay, so that's something you can practice at home. All right, and then give it one big rock, and then you're going to be lying down nicely on the mat. Yes, okay. So try and do the rock and roll hamster at home or after this. It's so good for you. Okay, so for now though, you've worked really hard in today's class. So you're going to be lying down with the palms facing the ceiling. So you look like a starfish. Okay, cool. And then we're going to do a couple of rounds of owl breathing. And then we're going to go into some quiet time. So you're going to breathe out first. And then breathing in through your nose. And hoo, hoo, hoo. And then breathing in. And hoo, hoo, hoo. And again, breathing in. And hoo, hoo, hoo. And then I want you to count on your own, quietly in your mind. Count to 30 slowly. And then when you've done that, you can slowly come up to a seated position. And you're going to repeat after me. I am wise.
I am wise.
I listen well.
I listen well.
I am loved.
I am loved.
I am wise.
I am wise.
I listen well.
I listen well.
I am loved.
I am loved.
And one last time and much louder. I am wise.
I am wise.
I listen well.
I listen well.
And I am loved.
And I am loved.
Awesome. Okay, so I hope you go into the weekend feeling strong and happy, and we will see you safely on